You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, where you're watching this, welcome back to another video. And I know y'all been seeing me do the football content, the relationship content, the police body cam content, but you're like, Adrian, what happened to the sneakers? I may be just only watching you for sneakers. Well, first and foremost, I do got the Nike Air Diamond Turf, the Emeralds. I will be doing a review on those, and it will probably drop Saturday. I'm gonna try to get that out Saturday. Just y'all, I got a lot on my plate, really busy, but you can hopefully expect it Saturday for the full sneaker review on that. But for this video, I wanted to talk about fakes, and we all know that StockX was caught selling fake shoes. And on my last sneaker review, it did with how fakes are becoming so well produced now that they could pass for authentics. And this title of this video is how Nike caught StockX lying to everyone. This is done by YouTube creator Chance, and he does sneaker content. And I just wanted to keep doing sneakers on this channel because y'all do know I'm into everything and I can't forget about sneakers, and I thought it'd be interesting to react to. So let's get into the video.
So StockX is now officially cooked, and I don't see how they could possibly be in business after these new allegations came out. What's going on, guys? We're back, another video. I know, it's been a minute. It's been quite a minute, actually. I haven't posted on YouTube in like 6 months, and I missed you guys a lot. For those of you who follow me on my other platforms, you guys know I post every single day, like in short form content, like TikTok, Instagram, whatever. But I missed you guys, and I wanted to say that I'm officially back. But anyways, enough talk with that. This is huge. So I've been doing a lot of research on this whole StockX thing, and it's looking horrible. And getting into this, if you don't know us,
and FYI, y'all, I know this news is late, but it's something I still wanted to react to on this video because, like I said, I'm into sneakers, and so just adding more sneaker content to this channel, also to give light to this content creator. I know his channel is bigger than mine, but whenever I can shout out a content creator who's making dope content, or at least I'm reacting to, I at least want to give people the credit.
It's a buy-sell trade platform where you can pretty much buy anything. This goes from sneakers to streetwear, clothing, purses, watches, collectibles. I mean, even they were selling PS4s and Xboxes on there at one point. You can buy pretty much anything you want. And for those of you who don't know what I mean by this whole buy-sell trade platform, it basically means that anybody can be a seller on the website and anybody can be a buyer on the website. You make an account, list something for sale, and then when somebody buys it, it goes to the authentication center where they have their experts legit check it and verify that whatever they're selling is 100% real, and then they send it to the buyer.
And just for full transparency, y'all, I do buy from StockX, and I have bought from StockX, and I have sold on StockX before. And all of my shoes I have sent to StockX past, because all of my shoes I did buy from the main stores like JD Sports, Snipes, Foot Locker. With this news, and I know this news is old, it has made people more wary. But if you remember my last video, and I make sure to link it in the description, since fakes are becoming so well produced they could pass for authentics, it's going to be hard to tell. And I know StockX got caught passing fakes, as they're going to talk about in this video. GOAT has been caught selling fakes, and other platforms, because like I said, it's so hard to tell now.
You guys watching this video know this, but for the people who don't, it's not StockX selling products. Like, they are just the middleman in between buyers and sellers. But anyway, what made
Oh yeah, good point, so I don't get sued. It's not StockX, GOAT, or any of these platforms. The company themselves selling them. It's people who are putting them on the sale, and they're the ones selling the fakes. So I want to make sure that's clear.
So special is their authentication process. Now, back in the day, we didn't have this. When you bought something online on eBay or wherever,
yeah, you just had to take their word for it.
It was going to be legit or not, and this was pretty scary. So when StockX came through with this groundbreaking technology where they would 100% legit check anything you buy with their expert legit checkers, so that no matter what you bought on their website, it was guaranteed.
And that's what made it so enticing. So well, at least for me and other sneakerheads.
2022, and I'm not going to get too far into this, but pretty much StockX tried to launch some NFTs, and they were pictures of Nike shoes during this whole NFT era. And Nike was like, hey, you can't sell NFTs of like our shoes and our branding. Like, you can't do that. That's illegal. But this has nothing to do with that whole situation. But that's what got StockX kind of in the hot seat and pretty much got Nike's attention. And after this, there was a reseller that came out saying that he was trying to purchase inventory for his business. Now, I don't know if the business was a sneaker store or if he was just a sneaker investor. I know a hustler hustle back in the day that a lot of people used to do is they would buy like 30 or 100 pairs of a certain shoe right when it came out, and then they'd sit on them for a few months and then sell them and cash out whenever they went up in price.
Now, y'all, I'll be honest with you, my take on resellers, I don't care and I don't get mad. What I just think about it is, hey, it's just a hustle. I know some people get upset saying, well, it kind of limits the market and it sucks because these are shoes I want to have. That's why you got to work hard, and that's why I preach, exercising every option and just working hard and competing. Because, for instance, if it's an extra $60 for the resale price, I don't care. I'd rather just put that in work, or how I get money from FanDuel or my other side businesses or stuff like that. That's how I think about it. Now, say if the resale value it's too high, I don't lose sleep over it. It's I either buy it at resale if I can't get it originally, or I just keep it moving. That's why me personally with resellers, I don't get upset.
Thing that people would do, they just buy from StockX, then like a few months later sell them right back to StockX when the price goes up. So I don't know if that's what he was doing or if he was just trying to stock up his store when prices went a little bit low. But basically, this reseller, who I won't name, bought 62 pairs of Jordan 1s, and this included Jordan UNCs, Mocha Jordan 1s, and Hyper Royal Jordan 1s, and he claimed that they were all fake. He ran them through the legit checking apps like Check and Legit Check app and all these things, and every single pair came back as fake. And judging by the prices around this time in 2022, most of these, I'm assuming, were around $300 a pair. So we're looking at around $20,000. And for those of you who don't know, StockX does not have a return policy. Now, on paper, this sounds okay, what I'm about to tell you. But since StockX is the middleman and does the authenticating, there is no reason that you should be sending them back. The authenticators make sure that they are real, and they make sure that they are never worn. They make sure that there's no scuffing on them. They make sure they don't smell bad or whatever, right? So it's not like you get something and there was like something wrong with them and then you would send them back because they get authenticated. But them not having a return policy became their biggest downfall. If you got a pair of shoes with a factory defect, or if the shoes were fake,
because if you don't know, if you return shoes to StockX, they give you store credit. Like a lot of people I know out there, like myself, I do hate the store credit thing. I'd rather get my cash back, especially if I don't want anything else from your store. Stores doing the credit thing, it's kind of forcing you to spend money there when you don't really want to anymore after you get your refund.
If they had a scuff or any of these things happened, if the shoes were worn, you could not send them back. You were stuck with them. So this guy was reasonably mad over 62 pairs, $20,000.
I'll be hot too. I'll be upset too, man.
So he
spending all that money on and then find out they're fake.
He made some calls around and actually got in contact with Nike. Now, I have no idea how he did this, but this is all according to Complex and the news and the court case and all these articles. But Nike was actually interested in this and sent a representative to actually come and personally take a look at these sneakers. So the Nike representative came to, I'm assuming, this person's house or his store, and the guy only had 38 pairs at the time. Now, once again, I don't know where the remaining shoes are. He could have ordered them to one store and then the other pairs to another store. That is not really specified in these documents, but this Nike representative actually determined that all 38 pairs that they looked at were
which is crazy, y'all.
Fugazi, counterfeit, replica, unauthentic, unverified, reps, UAs, whatever you guys want to call it, fake. So before making a huge scene on social media, Nike did this very, very secretly. And the guy, who shall not be named, did not make this known. And Nike decided to launch their own secret investigation where Nike representatives actually ordered multiple pairs of Jordan Nike sneakers on the platform. And after they did this, Nike actually caught StockX selling 4 pairs of counterfeit Jordan shoes. And they did that all in secrecy before they came at them with this lawsuit, which is really smart on Nike's end. And one of these pairs specifically was a Jordan 1 patent bred. I wanted to just throw that in there because there is like photo evidence of this in the documents. So then Nike started this lawsuit, started piling all these allegations on them, and just started hitting them from every which way because of this secret investigation they already did. And Nike claimed that StockX was knowingly selling fake sneakers.
And that's the crazy part, when they're saying the company knows that they were doing it. And remember, this is Nike. So for Nike to say it, they know the repercussions. They know they could get sued for defamation if it's not true. So for a big company, for them to say that, a lot of people would think it's true. And then it's killed a lot of StockX sales because some people will not buy from StockX. Some people only buy from Go or eBay.
Also claimed that StockX's authenticators cannot determine if something is real or fake, and that they don't have any special job qualifications or any I don't know, expertise to be able to tell if something's fake or real. And they claim on their website that everything is 100% authentic, which is false advertising, and they have no return.
And remember, y'all, this video is old because that 100% authentic, they took it down from their website now.
So if you get a fake pair of shoes, you're pretty much screwed and you have to stay with them. And of course, approving the sale of counterfeit Nike shoes on their platform, which is illegal. And also, just as a little cherry on top, during this secret investigation Nike did, they actually found a fraud ring of over 1,800 fake clothing items on there. This was all done in secret. And after this, StockX scrambled. They started doing all these things under the table, by the way. They didn't make any big announcements about this. It wasn't really public on social media. So StockX removed the term verified.
Yeah, see, told y'all, yeah.
Platform, meaning that they don't verify them anymore, which is huge in itself because their entire platform is built on verified, authentic, StockX verified, 100% authentic, whatever that means. So they just removed that from their platform, meaning they don't know. You might get a fake, you might get a real. And then the CEO of the company steps down from his position as a CEO. Like, right when it gets to controversy, bro's like, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't blame him, mate.
Somebody else can handle it. I'm out. And then, as of recently,
which a lot of CEOs do when the company starts to tank.
Last year, which is only a few months ago, StockX implemented a return policy. Finally, after over 10 years of StockX being a thing, they finally made a return policy. Keep in mind, we're just talking about sneakers here. Imagine buying a $10,000-$20,000 like a Rolex watch or a very expensive cause figure that's $10,000, $20,000, $30,000.
Which, y'all, I don't buy Rolexes or anything from StockX, and that's not a shot to anyone who does. It's just because if you're going to buy luxury items like that from StockX, at this point it will be hard to be 100% sure your items are authentic.
We're not just talking about sneakers here. The lawsuit is mainly talking about sneakers, but as in other products, you're cooked as well. If you bought a $30,000 Rolex watch, you're just done.
Yeah.
You're stuck with it if it's fake. And then with this whole lawsuit and all these allegations finally hit the public, they hit the social media platforms, everybody started talking about this. StockX released a bunch of statements saying that Nike's claims were misguided and that they were false. And Nike said that they were just good actors. They were good at portraying this image and making it seem like they were one thing, but they really had no idea what they were doing. StockX said that that was false and that they weren't just good actors, I guess. But as of recent news, a few days ago, the court on this case, the judge, the court, they said that StockX is now liable for selling fake shoes on their platform, which means they are held responsible for this now. It's not just an accusation. They have to take responsibility for selling counterfeit goods.
Which is why I'm pretty sure they took the 100% authentic sign down and also did a return policy because of that.
Is huge. This means that other brands can come for StockX and start their own investigations, like Adidas, New Balance, Asics, literally anything. Travis Scott merch, Supreme, Babe, all this stuff. And I know there's a lot of fake clothing that allegedly goes through StockX, like Spider, Hellstar, all these brands. People have made really good fakes of this, and they're just flying through StockX because it's kind of hard to legit check a blank t-shirt that has a tag and a print on it. I know it sounds dumb, but it's if you have the same blank as the original and you make the tags look identical and it's just a screen printed shirt, it's hard to decipher. But this is huge because other brands can now sue them because they're liable, and Nike could even threaten to pull all of their products off their website, and then they'd really be cooked because 90% of their stuff
is
is
Nike.
And it just sucks that this little thing right here does not mean anything anymore. Back in the day, if you were buying a pair of shoes or you were selling a pair of shoes, if this was in the equation, oh, I got them from StockX, it's got the StockX.
That is true, because I remember back in the day when people would actually rock the shoes and have their StockX tag hanging on their shoe to prove that it was real. And also when they would meet up with people selling them on Facebook Marketplace or, selling them across any platform, they would keep that sticker tied to it to where the customer would know it would be authentic. But now with that news and that lawsuit that happened, a lot of people are weary from shopping at StockX. And I'll be honest, I am too. That's why I would say your best options would be GOAT or eBay, or just buying them from the store itself.
You knew they were legit. No questions asked. Yes, there was fake companies that would put these little tags on there, but it was pretty easy to determine if they were real. But back in the day, if it had these, you knew, you were good. And people would keep this on their shoes and
See,
go
told y'all.
with these still on their shoes.
Everybody
like,
would do
people
it,
would
yeah.
go to school with just
Yeah.
like Air Maxes or like regular white Air Forces and still leave this on there. And now that this right here doesn't mean anything, like what does that mean for the future? I don't know. And this is still an ongoing thing. This case is gonna keep evolving and keep progressing forward. I'm sure there'll be new news that like comes out soon. But I just felt like this was worth covering because this is huge. Like StockX now can't prove that they can authenticate things, and they've just been deemed liable for selling fake stuff. Like, that's massive. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys are excited that I'm back. If you don't care, then whatever. I'm excited to be back, and I want to get back in the flow.
And y'all, that's it for the video. I'm going to leave the link in the description to the original video. That was some big news when that happened a while ago. And then you could definitely tell that it has affected StockX business because, like I just said, people like myself who buy sneakers and maybe can't get them, I would normally go to StockX. But now, because of what happened, in my personal opinion, even though it's more expensive, I would go to GOAT or eBay, or like I said, buying in front of the store. And y'all, let me know what you think about this. Would you still purchase from sneakers from StockX? Or if you don't care about if the shoe is fake, replicas, or on the unauthentic, because pretty much the same as authentic shoes. Let me know in the comments. And y'all, if you want sneaker reviews, sporting reviews, morning motivation, after workout thoughts, reaction videos, anything you could think of, subscribe to channel Adrian TV.